And welcome to our special Pride Month episode of Break the Binary Season 2, an all non-binary Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play series exclusively on Pantsless tables. And before I go any further, I would just like to give a huge welcome and thank you to our brand new producer, Kieran.
Yay!
My name is Alex and my pronouns are they, he, and I shall be your Dungeon Master. And this series, we are back with our new revolving cast setup, so we will be introducing our players amidst the game this week. And so we, as usual, hand over to Scintillant, our eldritch being who runs a gay bar that moves through the city. There are five great structures that people speak of most when discussing the so-called great city of Locantric. The casual visitor is perhaps most drawn to the great bronze statue aboard the island of the First Fathers, which stares imperiously out into the ocean as if a challenge to the gods of winds and waves, imposing and architecturally impressive, sure, but it is a mere empty symbol, and it's kind of empty inside as well when you come with it. Thematically appropriate. In the politics of war and battles, it is the pale citadel that is upon the most lips, that eerily pale edifice that fills near a sixth of the city, from which powerful armies across the world are coldly directed to conquer and pillage whoever it deems in Locantric's slight interest to conquer and pillage. A hive of monsters, certainly, but not where the real power of the city lies. In the circles of trade and realpolitik, it is, of course, the crystalline marvel that is the Parliament of Glass, that diamond spindle upon which the fate of the rest of the hemisphere turns, at the stroke of the pen of men born with fathomless greed and a gaping hole in their heart, who would consume worlds in an attempt to sate their dead souls. You threw one of them out a window there, incidentally, last season, but that's fine. But such men can be found anywhere, and while it is their words that hold sway, it is not for any great insight or skill of their own that make Locantric's violence manifest upon this world. There is also the Patriarch Cadron Arena, which is on this list purely because the Surf Wolflands would never shut up about it if it wasn't. Now be quiet, Gary! But if you ask those who truly want to know where Locantric's power lies, it would be in a more dull slab of a building, the Academy Arcana, the wellspring of all the Empire's official wizards. A decently skilled wizard is worth a battalion, a great one is worth a small army. A single wizard with the right specialities can perform the job of whole corps of elite engineers, a network of spies, all your supply lines, or be the castle-shattering siege engine to break your foes. To control wizards is to control the world. And to control the wizards, you need a school, and thus, formerly the Grand Imperial Academy of Arcane Sciences, incorporating the Lady Feathergold Conservatory of the Divinatory Arts, most simply call it the Academy Arcana. They proudly declare that any child who walks through the cyclopean but unadorned front arch of grey stone will only leave that way once they are forged into a true weapon of empire. This is true in a sense. They do not mention the back door in the brochures, of course, through which the ones who do not meet the image of the Academy Arcana way just are sort of quietly shuffled out. Or they never leave at all, but that is a topic we will get into later. On the plus side for our questing queers, they don't really consider that people might choose to enter via the back door. And so we find ourselves at the small loading dock that brings supplies into the back of the castle, as our little group has been asked to provide some pride supplies that are, of course, forbidden within the school. And so at the head of this little boat, Ruben, can you please introduce your character as they steer this small supply boat in?
Yes, amazing. So we are looking at a someone with the posture of a kangaroo and sort of like mouth moving back and forth of a dog, specifically one of those Commodore broom handle dogs. This is Kit Odelay. He's a perfect sailor. They can be a perfect sailor. but they are currently without a navy, so are running this kind of like back and forth sloop operation. Their hair is windswept with brill cream, lined with a parting that's extremely mathematical, just like seems to change depending on like where on the ocean they are. Skin the color of sand after rain, and always hands locked firmly as to make some sort of triangle with their posture. 3 characteristics: frumpy, inhibitive, wants to be a spoil sport, and secretly can dance really well. But at the head of the ship, you see Kit sort of like look over the clients right now and the product, and goes like, unmoral choice of colors, but celebratory nonetheless. It shall do. And I sort of like look at the rest of the crew, expecting an answer.
And with that, can we get reintroductions from Agent P and Anna of yourselves and your characters?
Okay. Well, hello, Agent P. I use they, them pronouns. I am a South Asian person with long hair that's in a half up, half down style. I'm wearing bluish gray glasses and a lip ring. I'm also wearing a crocheted poncho. And Orphe, pronouns also they, them, who is around like 47 years old right now, I think. One failed engagement in the bag. They have dark brown hair that's a little chopped and cut short. They're wearing a loose, I would say, green linen shirt tucked into dark slacks and a mantle around their shoulders, and heavy work boots that hide things.
Yes. Hi, I am Anna, or Riley, whichever you prefer. I use the it pronouns. I am a white non-binary person from the Netherlands. I am currently, it's very warm here. It's really warm. So I'm not wearing my usual makeup. My hair is still wet from the cold shower I had earlier. But normally my hair would be a kind of like mullet type situation, half blonde, half brownish. I've got large square glasses. Currently I'm wearing just a tank top. It is, once again, very hot. And I have on my left arm a lot of tattoos. And I am playing Kiki Bumble, she, they pronouns. Kiki is a changeling, art sorcerer. I had to check. I didn't know what the other half was. But yeah, Kiki looks very like a jester, but currently her outfit is very much like a patchwork type situation of just a bunch of different fabrics and patterns. It's quite overwhelming, but somehow also works. If you look at her, you're not quite sure how that worked. But has trinkets on a belt. Has a boomerang also on there. Wears an actual jester hat with little jingle bells on it. And also wears very not as heavy boots, but wears sturdy boots for I guess ass kicking. I don't know, something like that. Oh, and has a sort of bob length hair that's bright green.
Amazing. And of course, we have one additional member of this crew, Nippy, the magically awakened turnip, who those who watched last episode may have met, who is just sitting out and is sort of standing on the prow, doing the sort of the Titanic thing with his little stubby legs.
I'm dead. I love Nippy.
That's adorable. Also, Ruben, you should as well introduce yourself.
Yes,
to our audience.
I forgot to. I have an appearance too. I can be observed. I am Ruben. I use they, them pronouns. I am a light-skinned Dutch Surinamese person of color. I got glasses. I got a coif that goes for me to the left, for you to the right. And I'm also wearing a tank top because it's, hey, champion heat wave. Let's go. And to cherry on top, the description of Kit. Wears a bright magenta and yellow dress uniform. No idea who sort of like tailored it, what nation's navy it might belong to. It's navy cut, but no navy would be this bright and peacockish.
Amazing. I love that.
Perfect. As your small boat sort of drifts across this gentle sea towards the entrance of the Academy Arcana, you spot a small gaggle of nervous-looking students awaiting you. Mostly, the Academy only takes male students. It's quite patriarchal in its nature, with the slight exception that when they incorporated the Lady Feathergold Conservatory of the Divinatory Arts, which was co-ed, girls were strictly limited to that course, and even that was somewhat begrudgingly. That said, the three students there's a small, anxious-looking halfling who's, for the sort of very strict coding of the uniforms of this school, has managed to sort of make his little uniform just a little more flamboyant than it was necessarily designed to be. There is a dark-skinned half-elf who is standing upon the docks, looking sort of very nonchalantly, as far as nervous students can do, at least, attempting it at the very least. And thirdly, there is a lizard folk girl who probably only managed to join the two boys because most of the staff don't know how to tell male and female lizard folk apart, and so no one was questioning this otherwise strictly separated.
That's so funny because
Yeah.
that's really good detail.
Thank
So do you
you.
want to go on a date? Is that what are you? No.
As you sort of like pull in and you sort of bring the initial bit of cargo that you were asked to bring aboard. So what you find is that you have this crate. It's full of like pride flags. There's face paints, lots of like various paints for other surfaces around the school, things that can streamers, banners, lots of sort of cosmetic fun things. And they're sort of like, the three kids seem like quite pleased at this, but they're sort of like, the girl who introduces herself as Gex Redgill is just, so about those extra tasks that we were hoping that you might be able to help us make this Pride a bit more impactful. We've never had one before, and we think this could be quite a good opportunity to sort of make ourselves known.
How impactful do you want it?
We've got three things that we think would be good. So
Have you submitted those black on white paper 3 times formally? Yes.
I mean, the Academy Arcana official typography is to use like special ink in like cursive. They're very much on that kind of thing. So, but these things aren't precisely things we can actually request in the normal chain of.
I see. So it's outside. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's your idea?
Okay, so
We love when people think outside box.
We do.
True. Creative. Carry on.
So number one, we like while we're in the school, there's like the first spell we're taught is this spell called Wizard Paste, and they just like the little halfling just casts, and it just creates that like it's kind of like a 3D printer from his fingertip, and it's just like a grey like bar. It's like we're expecting this is the first spell we have to master, and it's like all we get to eat, and it tastes like sawdust. It's very it's like I think it's a cost saving thing, but also like a earn your place thing. It tastes like sawdust, but it covers nutritional needs technically, I guess.
Illuminating.
The bar is in hell.
Orphe's horrified.
Yeah, Kiki's also like, what the?
And like hers under her breath.
So
Quite illuminating. Never show that to anyone ever again. Thank you.
I would rather not.
Also, please stop eating it.
Yeah,
Yes,
don't.
yes. We need a bit of help with that. So, we have found out that the staff actually have access to this kind of dumbwaiter system that will just magically prepare any food you want. And we want access to that.
Done. We can figure that out.
No, actually, no. We're gonna do something better somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Permanent access.
We're gonna switch it up.
Yeah.
I'm up for better.
Okay.
And also, so the other thing is, for this Pride, we think we could do a bit more if we had access to proper wands. Like, they only let us use the ones that are designated in the classes. So, but they've got the ones they get locked down, so they can only cast specific spells. But if someone were to intercept the little imp familiars that deliver them to classrooms, perhaps we could do something with that.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta hack the wands.
Normally, I'm against mischief. It is a great sin of the highest order, but this is a very unmoral school. Now, see it fit. They fall back in line. What is moral?
He just looks at Kit, when you said, not a fan of mischief. He was like, do you know how to have fun?
That's of no business to you.
We're going to have fun later. It's fine. I'll show you.
Don't come closer, ever.
Okay.
Kiki, to be fair,
they're
wearing robes that are magenta and yellow. I think that's the most fun they can allow themselves.
I mean, they are good robes. I will give you that. They're really good.
Thank you. I made them myself. They are the height of fashion. It's like pauldrons. Pauldrons with sort of yellow tassels.
Oh my god, the tassels.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I
love it.
I look quite good. Thank you so much.
You do.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the deal between the two of you? I imagine you run this kind of operation all the time?
Not all the time, but often. Whenever a Scintillant asks us.
An honorable deal to do something on an ask-based premise?
Well, I guess it's good for the good of the community. We care about the community.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun sometimes.
That's not a reason.
We want people to feel safe.
Hold on, what is a good reason to you?
Morality. Making sure there's no mopery, and making sure, above all, that there is an adequate amount of mirth.
Okay, but morality is added to this because, listen to these people. This school is awful. They're treating these people like shit. So we're trying to make it better.
Mm-hmm. That is why I'm here. Against my inner conduct against mischief, I'm here to do some mischief in order to restore morality to this place.
Well, it's great. We know all about morality. I mean, last year we managed to get rid of some unmoral person, allegedly.
Yes. Politics, the landlubber's business.
I feel like you would almost definitely have heard of one of the high lords of the city being defenestrated off the tower. And also there was flying sharks flying over the city for a few days.
I read about it in the papers. It was quite upsetting.
Upsetting?
Upsetting.
What was upsetting?
Well, you upset the current order.
Have you met the current order?
I was out sailing all
You're gonna need
week.
to meet if you want to learn about unmoral things. Meet the current order.
I mean, friends in higher places. Am I right?
Oh no! Oh honey, no! They're not. They're not friends.
Not friends. Not.
These
friends.
are your enemies.
Also,
Well, I don't know them. I don't know what they've done to me.
Well, you'll find out.
You will.
Yeah.
Soon. Find out.
Ready to learn.
What? Orpheus gonna turn back to the students. Say, what is the third thing that you guys would like to get out of this?
So, the third thing is a bit kind of more nebulous. But basically, that because this is a wizard school, the school laws are kind of magically binding in a lot of cases. And there's the Magi intendant of the school has got a certain thing where only he can change the rules, and we'd kind of like a bit of some of them just deleted. I mean, like, we're not supposed to be having the pride, and we got around that one by just like creating some like legal, like, it's not technically a pride, it's a celebratory. What was it? It was a celebratory of student spirit event that we've had to call it in, like, even amongst ourselves when we're organized this in secret so that the rules don't like click in. But we want to like strike off some stuff like that off the rule book.
How horrible. Yes.
Yeah.
You will try.
Yes. So I mean, one of us can, like, we've obviously got classes to get to, so we don't arouse suspicion, but we can like take it in turns to take you to the different ones, depending on like which of these you want to do first, and we can kind of fill you in on the way.
Which would be the easiest to do to start with?
I think it would be easiest to yoink the dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Kit also. Do you think that will work? That moral?
I think the best way to address any problem is to address it honorably, head on, and talk to the commander to arrange a battle and see who emerges victorious.
I mean, you can, if you want to like try and fight these higher ups on your own, you can, but don't think that's gonna.
They're all
well, actually, we could
wizards.
try.
They've never rowed a boat in their entire life.
I think that's not a bad idea for the last request.
I mean,
yes.
It's true I've never seen any of them involved in a naval battle specifically, but they are, I would stress, very powerful wizards.
Yes, but in a rowing competition, they'll never succeed. But I do like the delegation. I will reserve the strategy for the third task. It sounds reasonable to me.
Okay. All right, so dumbwaiter first.
Yes.
So we're gonna organize a feast then.
Okay. So the half elf boy is sort of, okay. Well, I'll show you we found like one of these dumbwaiters that was sort of in a room that no one's using anymore. So that one's easy. So I'll take you to that, and then you can kind of try and work out what to do with it. Because, like,
all right, so that's the one you would have access to. Is what you're saying? Like, is the normal one like in a teacher room or something, or like is it a place that you can normally go to? You don't know the access code. What's the situation?
Like we'd seen them, like they're actually dotted all around the school, but like we'd never seen anyone use them until we found this one. But it's actually in the third one. There's like students aren't allowed to access the dumbwaiters, so that's one of the rules we kind of.
Okay, you can't access them.
Okay,
so
we can try to switch that.
We have a switch around. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Wait, no. We don't have to switch it around. What we can do is make the students access good food, delicious food, and then have the teachers access the stupid sawdust and gray bullshit.
Oh, yes.
Or something worse.
I mean,
worse.
I mean, also, we don't know where the dumbwaiters go to, which is...
I can find out. I can climb in.
Well, navigators of the world didn't know where the boats would go to once they set sail, and this sounds like a good venture to us.
I like a good mystery. Yes.
So Rufus is sort of like leading you through, and he finds this sort of old classroom. it looks like it was probably like a geography classroom once upon a time. There's like maps, but they're sort of like they have like layers on the side that you can kind of overlay to show like how like the astral plane intersects with the real world and how the Feywild intersects with it and all the different like planes. But he's just like, oh yeah, Magi geography, like it's not really that popular. They kind of stopped doing that because they didn't really care. But anyway, like here's the dumbwaiter, and just in the corner is this. It's probably got room for like one person to fit in it if they were sort of like.
I can make myself smaller, and Kiki just turns to a goblin.
Okay.
Just shape change.
Yeah.
I pointed Kiki. Stop that.
Stop what?
This. Too much mirth.
Hold on. Okay, so sorry. I am a changeling. You asked me to stop being who I am? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
During Pride?
Cancel.
Wait, hold on. No, you're right.
We got him.
I suppose that's quite a normal thing to suggest.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yes, I can climb in this. It's fine. I'm like, Kiki will just like hop into the dumbwaiter.
And there's like a little. It doesn't have like a front door, so you're just able to like ding this little bell, and it just like you just slowly feel like.
I will also before that establish a telepathic connection with Quincy.
Okay.
So you no, sorry, not Quincy, Orphe. But yeah, no, anyway, you hear the familiar last time, anytime like Kiki speaks, there's like a noise, like a little ding. I think last time, yeah. I think it was you last time also, but yeah, you hear the familiar kind of like a little, or like a clown honk before that. Yeah. Exactly. So
it might be
yeah,
a good thing that your new companion can't hear something quite so mirthful.
Yeah. So it's it's 4 miles actually. So it lasts for 5 minutes.
School's not 5
You can
miles,
speak
so
also. Yeah. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go in.
So you climb in, and then you ding the little bell, and it begins to ascend. Just make me a charisma saving throw. I think that sounds about right for this.
17.
I think that should be okay. So until that very last slit of viewing the classroom is closed, it's sort of just like a normal thing. And then picture just you're in a box, like with one side open, like squidged up, and then you're like flying through like a 2001 Space Odyssey, like vortex thing with like rainbow colors and like people singing in like operatic voices, like ah!
Kiki's amazed. Whoa. And then Orphe, you just hear like, it's great up here.
just like strange, like fractal things like around, and then just after what might have been like milliseconds or like maybe forever, it's somewhere in between that, I guess. You just like ding, and you materialize in a kitchen. You still have your telepathic connection. This is presumably somewhere else within the school.
Yeah, and it's also been no more than 5 minutes at least. Yeah, so like Kiki just starts describing like, so you hear like the honk first, and then you just hear Kiki like describing what they see in this kitchen. Yeah, exactly like that.
So what you see is like a very large and mostly very dusty kitchen. What there seems to be are a row of like the upper torsos of like mechanical men. There's like a rail that runs around the outside of the kitchen, and each of these mechanical men is wearing a chef's hat, and most of them are like just clearly haven't been used in ages and are just sitting there dusty. And there's just one in the corner that is like just hopping rails, moving around the room and like preparing something. The rest of it seems to be like currently out of order.
I described this, and then I asked like, do you think you two can come up and we can try and like turn all of these on so they can prepare food for everyone, and then we can designate the ones doing stuff currently to make bad food for the teachers. Also, like looking at them, do they look like they're like numbered or like they're specifically like marked as like this one's for a teacher or like whatever?
It doesn't. Make me just like a investigation check, actually.
Well, that's an 8. I have a passive perception of 18, if that helps, but that's
Okay.
an 8.
So you. What's your passive investigation, though? Sorry.
Oh, 16.
16.
I forgot that exists. I don't think I've ever used that.
Wow.
I know.
That is on my
mix it up.
character sheet. Wow.
Yeah.
We'll talk about mine though.
So
Never.
as you sort of look around, they aren't individually like numbered or anything, but they do seem to sort of like have like different. They seem to have their own little kind of kitchen area that they can hop between rails, but they aren't. And the one that is on the rails just suddenly turns around. It's like, oh, a visitor in the kitchen.
Oh,
This is
hello.
the first time in 300 years.
Yeah, like hello, and in their head, like, please come up now.
That does not pass health and safety. I'll tell you that.
So yeah, or for your head, you hear just like first descriptions and like then the proposal, and then just a more like slightly not panicked, but like a word like please come up here. But Kiki will like address her like, oh, that's a very long time. What are you doing? May I ask?
I am preparing food for those who have requested food from the vending system.
Huh. And who would that be?
At this point, I will say, who's going up first?
We know where
Or
we know where
Yeah,
Kiki is going to.
Well, I was
Well,
assuming you were just going to get in the
I mean,
doorway.
I would
Yeah.
have. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, Orphe would have
Unless that's too
definitely,
mirthful.
I think, at least told Kit what Kiki was telling them,
Mhm.
and say, I think we have to go upstairs as well, or
Okay.
wherever this thing takes.
Is the student with the disheveled uniform around?
Yeah, they're sort of like hanging by the door, like
Mhm.
just in case they need to make a distraction in case a teacher turns up.
Yes. I turn to them and go, "You stay here," and then I come in really close and whisper, gesturing at their uniform, "Fix that shit," and I walk out.
They just look like terrified. It's just like, I didn't think this would what it'd be like, is the kind of expression going across their face.
A 38-year-old man tells you to fix your uniform, and you're like a 16. What's wrong here? Yeah.
As a 38-year-old, I don't think I have that authority in real life.
Uh-huh.
But yes, and there's like suddenly like a token like straightening out of like things going on as you get into the thing, and let's say you all arrive. Yes. Additional visitors. That marks 3 visitors in 300 years.
Yes, it's your special day. Friends, this is... Do you have a name?
Robot name.
Okay, no name.
Oh, my name is Chef.
Yeah.
Chef. Well, to make your acquaintance, Chef, I would like to inquire as to the last routine hygiene check has occurred in this kitchen.
Oh, okay. Well,
We are supposed to have routine hygiene checks, but we have not received one since installation.
Installation being 300 years?
No, that was 700 years ago.
oh, okay. Well,
Wait.
so first, this probably needs to be cleaned before you use it. Oh god, I have to clean.
Can I roll
Yeah.
like a like a preemptive like pre-mission investigation to see if I like find food related deaths of this school?
Okay, let's.
Because that's bad if they haven't been cleaned for that long.
like 700 years, yeah.
Well, I would say also that, like, so what you're seeing is the area around Chef is basically like a circle around where he is working is actually meticulously clean. My area is kept meticulously clean by Scrub, and it's just like a little tiny mouse-shaped robot with like a sponge for a body.
Aw. Old.
Everything else, there's like an exact perfect circle, which you might approve of, the exactness of this circle. But then outside of that, it's just like thick caked dust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just like do the finger slide over a surface, and it's just like whoop, and it's like immoral.
Yeah, it's a bit grimy, isn't it?
Additional cleaning functions were deactivated at installation.
Can we reactivate them?
Yes, you may.
Where? How?
If you were to access the control panel to set up, and the gestures to this, like, to say a control panel isn't perhaps in our what we would imagine is not quite what this is. It's sort of like a mandala that's sort of like mounted, like one of the like the 3D puzzle mandala things, sort of like mounted on like a stalk coming up from the ground. It has no clear instructions on how it works, but there's like beads that you can kind of slide around to different positions. At the minute, most of the beads are slid round to the bottom, and there's just one large bead and one small bead at the top.
It looks at it a little too long and kind of like does this. Turns back to the crew, and their eyes are sort of like mandala-like. It's like, they're good.
He just like starts like
it's now that. It's now that.
Like, yes,
don't ask why I have this.
we have those on the ships. Keeps the men entertained. Can I roll a like investigation or perception to see if I can figure that?
Please.
Yeah, I suck at that. So I roll a flat d20. 13.
13. You're pretty sure that the two at the top must represent Chef and Scrub. What you must, like, you would think that you would have to get the ones at the bottom to the top to make them work, but when you actually do that, it doesn't quite seem to, like, there's like kind of like the magical equivalent of when you're like turning a key in the car and it's not starting, that kind of.
I tried to like do the sliding puzzle a couple times. You hear a very loud exhale, and I immediately whip the thing.
An attack roll, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Huh. It was just about like to like play with some of the beats, and then like, okay, well.
I don't play a lot of D&D. How do I do an attack roll?
So roll a d20, and there should be a modifier next to your whip that's like your plus something or other.
Oh, plus 8. Yeah. Ooh. 13 again in total.
13 total. So that certainly, like, whatever the mandala is made of, it seems to be like relatively durable. Like, there's like part of what you do is just like whip like a gash of dust off this thing, and like scratch it a bit. Like, it doesn't seem to be like. You do, however, send like one of the little beads spinning, and you do notice that another little scrub robot off in the corner does seem to be like trying to power up.
I've cleared the way for the rest of you to figure this out.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
I'll just like look at it. Like, I'm trying to think. Is there like, because this is obviously like, you know, these mages are like super like kind of like, but they also sound like old people. Is there like a magical equivalent in this that's just a password of 0000?
Hello.
Make me an Arcana check, I think, for that.
Okay.
Invent hacking.
What
now.
would you have? A 13.
Lucky number.
There is like a particularly large red bead at the bottom, and you spin it, and Chef and Scrub briefly go, "Ooh." And then you spin it again, and then the whole kitchen, like, you've just turned it off and on again. And
amazing. Huh. I honestly thought there would be more explosions, but this works for me. Which also insinuates that Kiki was expecting there to be explosions when they tried this and did it anyway.
You make a great fit for the Navy. Powder person.
What? The Navy?
A lot of explosions in there.
Can I get to do the cannons? We've tried that recently. It was quite fun.
Known for cannons, actually. The thing that we build a Navy around. Explode more ships.
Like, like picturing themselves like in like a fun like Navy outfit on a boat and just like blasting more pallet lands, which is like the cops kind of like out of the cannons.
So, how good are you at following orders every single moment of your life?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm not a good fit for the Navy.
I feel there's like a sitcom like interstitial at this point of like Kiki in like a little Navy uniform, just like doing the exact opposite of the very first thing you're told to do.
Yeah. Like the moment kids said how good you're at following orders, they're just like it's kind of almost like a thought bubble of like thing, and the moment like the very cartoony just kind of like pops the moment you say that.
Just like zoom out of the ship and then just like in a next scene just like cracks in half.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, maybe not, but the kitchen seems to be working.
Self-awareness is key.
Yeah, I'm quite self-aware.
At this point, like all the chefs, like there's probably about 30 of them now, like just like turned like factory reset initiated. Please provide instructions for future service.
Clean up.
All the little scrubs immediately get to work and just are beginning like polishing every single surface. They've got little detergent jets on the back that they can just like squirt behind them.
Amazing. Kiki turns to the chefs then and goes like, because they asked for like future orders, prepare delicious food for the students and give the teachers the scraps.
Affirmative. That setup is now enabled. And then they're sort of like restocking, and you see like what you assume are like the magical like equivalents of they're sort of like big glass tubes that were previously empty, and they've got like it's basically a magical fridge that's glass, so you can see through it for dramatic effect. But you immediately see like fresh ingredients like being teleported into each of these like storage compartments to like prep up for like providing for this number of students.
I will cast sending to Quincy this time, actually. And we don't have to actually, because Toto's not here, but kind of essentially Kiki asks, like, do you need anything, like shopping list wise? And then you see like Kiki like wait for a second. And then like opens the door and just starts grabbing a couple of ingredients for Quincy. At least one yuzu. And just a load of random other crap that's in there. And it's like, we'll pocket it.
They have Budweiser in here.
One kale. Don't know, but sure.
Yeah. There is like some yellow or some what it would be yellow strawberries, eggs that are weird size, just like
emu eggs.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Quince or the kid, this would maybe look odd, or if he would immediately recognize this as Quincy's shopping list.
Yes. And just like immediately as you take something else, it is like there's a little pop of like something replaces it.
Restocking it. Yeah. That figured. Cool. Right. Well, that's one task done, I think. We better get down again.
See Kit take 5 eggs and stuff it into their pocket.
Kiki like, what are those for?
Those for keep in shape, keep moral.
Okay, sure. That's That's very moral.
That's how that works.
You get like now it's like we can work with this. We can corrupt. We can corrupt them. It's fine.
Mustache bristle.
Yeah, they'll go back down a dumb way there. They're still a goblin, but it fits.
Even as you sort of like arrive, you hear sort of echoing throughout the academy, like the dumbwaiter system is now fully activated. The dumbwaiter system, the dumbwaiter, and just like every single system in the whole school has been reactivated. Please place your order, and the food will be imminently provided to you.
Do we hear like a cacophony of students just going like, and I want this?
You just hear like some kid like feudal sound, I need chocolate! I need it, oh god!
I just like every kid is walking through the halls and goes like, cancel that, no chocolate, no chocolate, no chocolate.
Okay.
Vegetable salads for everyone.
You were fine with... I thought you liked a little mirth.
Yes, but not too much.
Also, chocolate is said to be improving people's mood. So morale.
Yes, and
good for concentration.
And
Also,
mood leads to mutiny. It's almost the same word.
Okay. No, but they can have chocolate. They've been eating sawdust for so long. They can have a good thing. Sometimes you need rewards to increase morale, right?
Every mess we begged for sawdust in the Navy. I don't see what's wrong with it.
Well, then why don't you eat the sawdust paste then?
Rufus
maybe I will.
tries to diffuse the situation. And it's like this guy looks like they're nautical. I would like some delicious citrus fruit in case of scurvy.
Now this.
And you notice the uniform has been tidied up a little bit.
I take off one of my epaulets and put it on their shoulder. You'll make it in the Navy. That is like that.
I'm not sure what Navy you're in, but this is quite fabulous.
Don't need to ask. Rude.
All right. Well, okay. So that's one thing fixed. You now have access to better food. Do we want to go for the imps or the rules? Looks at everyone else.
Ooh. I think the wands are a good idea next, if we want to end with a duel for
I like
the
that.
rules.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got my necromancy classes up in a minute, but I'll drop you off with Thomas, and then he can take you can show you a good spot for catching the imps as they emerge with the wands.
Mm.
And you sort of shuffle off, and Thomas is like, all right, okay, so down. So if we just like, and it's this one of these like, it is like a typical fantasy academy thing. It's utterly labyrinthine unless you kind of have been there before. So you just like, you're literally like going down one hall at some point and then walking back down the exact same corridor, but it somehow ends up in a different place.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The sort of the old like stairs that like reposition themselves and all that stuff, and just like, and then eventually you end up in like, you hear the sort of bell between lessons, and there is like a queue of these little imps like waiting outside this door with like some sort of substantial, it's like a vault door basically, that seems to be on some kind of timer. And the imps are sort of like, they're like little gremlin-y guys. They've got little wings and they're just hovering there, and they just seem to be like bad-mouthing the students. So, oh yeah, have you seen the ones down in the new evocation class? They're utterly useless, they are. I saw one try to cast a fireball the other day, and all he was getting was shrimp.
I sense mischief. And I stomp over to the imps. Do you not know that insult is detrimental to the correct development of a youth? If you interfere, then they'll turn out wrong for the Navy. I can't have you do this anymore.
Who are you?
What's your name, rank, age, location?
The first one, who is this little grey one with sort of like purple spots. My name is Bunions, and my rank is Imp, and my job is Imp.
Now, Bunions.
I see.
Have you ever wanted to walk to the right side? To walk the right path? To shed your bunions?
I fly everywhere.
Fly everywhere. Well, aren't you just a restless little critter? Why are you interfering with the students and the development? Don't you know that bullying is widely common, but not good to do? Not moral.
We literally we get the wands and we give them to the teacher, and then we put the wands back. That's literally what we do. We're not teachers or nothing.
So you just are full adults hanging out in schools, making fun of children?
I mean, we don't really, as a class of being, have a concept of adult because we kind of are formed from the ethereal matter of the magic plane exactly to this point in our lifespan. But yeah, like mocking kids is pretty funny.
Wouldn't you want to do more with your lives than just being stuck here?
So this lavender one sort of like flaps over.
Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, there is someone up in a tower in a city that might need some heavy bullying. And like they're referring to the other government member.
What I mean, what they sort of like go into like a little huddle for a minute. Like, what sort of bullying?
Whatever you have, give it the worst.
Eat a lot of
Better yet, if he ends up crying, perfect.
kind of bullying where you have to eat a lot of letters, because that interferes with how governance is done.
Yes, Kiki nods. I don't know.
Make a persuasion check. I think both of you make a persuasion check. Just to...
All right.
Can I instead offer help?
Yes, you can do that.
Do I get a bonus for the help also?
So that's an advantage.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that is a dirty 20.
They sort of like mutter, they go back into their little huddle as you say this and like, so we liked your pitch. We do like it a lot. We just need directions because we've never been out of the building.
Okay, how about this? We have some job to do here. If you guys like wait, and then you can just follow us. I'll take you there. I'll guide you there. It's easier.
All right. Okay. Sure.
We'll be done quicker. We need like one of those, like points at a wand. We'll be done quicker if we get one of those also.
Oh,
and we have
like about this time you hear the vault like open and just like there's like little chutes that are like putting in little boxes of wands out according to each has got like the classroom it's for engraved and what spell it is to be imbued with inscribed upon it. So yeah you can take them. Like bullying is way funner than like delivery.
Kiki turns around to the other two, like with like a big smile, like we got friends.
No,
Wonderful.
no, we don't.
Yes, we do.
We have a crew.
We have a crew. Exactly, we have a crew.
We have a crew.
Gotcha.
A rambunctious one, but still a crew.
Yeah.
You see,
yeah,
you turn around and there's this literally just one like Piggy's butt. Just like
I unsheath my whip like a katana.
What's that?
I crack a whip at it.
Can we have one of them?
Oh,
If you do a good job, maybe.
Hmm.
It's called rising rank, right? Looks at Kit.
Oh. So
yes.
So-
Henry,
what's like the starting rank?
imp.
Okay. So, and what's the next one?
Jack of the Dust.
Okay. So I'm currently, and this the purple one. My name is Evil Nevis. So I'm currently Imp Evil Nevis.
Evil Nevis, part of the Nevis evil family.
Common misunderstanding. Like they have an accent on the eye. We're just like common dirt imps, not like the fancy swanky imps.
Yes, the ocean imps. I've served under him.
Yeah.
But don't you want to be an ocean imp? Because that's the rank after Jack of the Dust.
Do we get the whip then?
A small one.
Okay, I'm liking this. And they you can just see like two in the back. It's like, think of all the bullying we could do with a tiny whip.
And here's the situation. For every rank that you rise, you have more people underneath you who are not allowed to lash out, but you are definitely just encouraged to kick down.
Ooh,
Hmm. And that's called a navy.
we could be the Imp Navy. Yeah, I like that.
Take to the high seas.
Hmm.
Yes. Kiki is just thinking, these are future allies. This is great.
This
Also,
one only
do we take, like, above table, are we taking, because they asked for one wand, right? Are we just taking all
Well,
of them?
they wanted wands. They didn't specify how many they wanted, really.
Kiki is like gathering, like,
We're
you know, like
taking all-
sticks, like, yeah, gathering them up.
Yeah, just as many
Yeah.
as they can. I
Okay.
think Orphe would take their mantle off, pile all the wands in the middle, and then tie it up like a big ass bundle.
Just like a massive,
and just
like,
carry it
vertical
around like
sack of
Santa
wands.
Claus. The sack of wands go
Kiki
into every
has-
class. Wait,
Kiki
can we
has,
distribute them now? Preferably.
we could, probably, yes.
Okay, yeah. So you're going out the docks way later.
I will say also, Kiki will take 2 wands,
Mhm.
because they have a drum, and they might want to.
Music,
Yeah, that's-
careful
yes.
now.
But it's like a marching
feel like-
band, surely.
Not here.
That's
Not,
like
not
very
in school.
Not in school,
moral.
no.
Unmoral
Mhm.
music? No.
Yeah, the army, or I don't know about the Navy, but the army sometimes has a band.
The Navy just
true.
has the Navy has singers that are then
Seals.
I can sing.
Can we learn shanties?
no.
That
Much fun.
actually sounds like a good idea.
We can do like Kiki's
Much more-
like whispers of like we can do shanties. It's fine.
I've never sung a shanty in my life, and I shan't start now.
We'll see about
You
that.
almost had it there.
Yeah,
I slipped close to the edge. That's how I live my life.
you're like edging.
I look at Kiki. No, explain that in full detail. I'm not aware of this concept.
Oh, I will. And as we're walking, I will explain this to you.
There's a horrified face.
Yeah.
Unmoral. Unmoral.
I think
All right, amazing.
Orphe will go the chaos route and just pop into every room that they're walking past and just throw a handful of wands like they're
Hell yeah.
just like it's Christmas or like
Yeah.
like it's about, like, you know, like Oprah being like, a one for you, everyone gets a one.
Everyone
I feel
gets a
like there's
fireball.
like the camera of this scene is like you walking towards the camera and you're doing this, and then there's just like a riot bursting out behind you from each door that you pass.
Exactly.
Yes. There's like bursts of colors or fireworks
Yeah,
from
yeah.
each
Just
classroom
random animals,
that's behind me.
A zebra just runs across the hall for some
This
reason.
is, Kiki loves it. This is exactly their type of chaos. Hell yeah.
Like robots carrying like
Yes.
chocolate bars and deep
Yeah.
fried snacks, just like
Yes.
trying to navigate it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this elderly wizard, like the stereotypical like big bushy beard with a big bristly moustache. This is highly irregular, and then just someone pushes him into a pile of custard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
I think at the end of the hallway, Orphe would turn to Kit and say, I think it is time for you to challenge the person you came to challenge.
Very good. Now, every good duel has a doctor or a witness. Shall you be my witness?
Can I say that the imp army or the imp crew does like shouts of encouragement at this?
Make either a persuasion or a performance check to just. The answer is yes, but I just want to get a sense of what the tone will be.
Can I?
Okay, hold on.
Can I give you disadvantage to not make you do that?
Wow.
Fine. I mean, I'm down for that.
I will give you bardic inspiration then.
Okay,
You get a d6.
disadvantage, but with a bardic.
Okay, wait. Sorry, Alex, what was it? Persuasion?
Either persuasion or performance. Like, if you want to kind of be like,
Mhm.
get them, like, pump them up
gonna do
in its
persuasion.
performance. If you want to persuade persuasion.
I'll do persuasion.
I raise a single eyebrow.
Like, yeah.
Too mirthful.
Am I doing disadvantage?
So, disadvantage plus a d6,
That's
I think. Was the
Yeah, plus a
answer.
d6 from the
Yeah.
bardic.
So I rolled a 12 and a 10, so that's a 10 plus 1, 11.
Okay. So I think the imps are like, they're sort of like looking at one of you and then at the other, and they're just like, they can't resist entirely. We wish you a vicious duel. A vicious duel.
They start clapping. Kiki does the drum out of the wand. And every time they do it, like the sparks fly out.
It's like the scene where, like in a cartoon, like every time I'm not looking, you make music, and I go like,
Yeah. The SpongeBob episode of the bus.
All right, Orphe, shall you be my witness to the duel, in case anything should go wrong, or in case we need to use, shall we say, creativity above honor? The most important thing in the Navy is not honor. It's the second highest thing. First thing is survive, so you can share tales of how honorable you were.
Does that mean if you survived but you weren't honorable,
You're muted, B.
you can lie about it to say you were honorable,
Now, that would not be honorable.
but no one would know?
You're not surviving by telling that lie at that point. So honestly, honor system, up to you really, but I will find out if you're lying in a duel, and you better have accrued some experience.
At this point, like, Nippy materializes and has somehow got a captain's hat from one of the classrooms.
Does Ruben even know what Nippy is or what it looks
Yeah,
like?
I go, how about I look at Nippy, and I look at Nippy for a little too long, and there's like a thought bubble that appears above Kit, and just like the concept of dinner appears. What? No, I didn't think that. Why would you accuse me of such treason? And I walk very fast.
Oh no! All right, and I will just like if you're walking ahead, you will like in the very back, like very quietly drum just out of your earshot, but like a really like tiny like rumble like as you're walking with tiny sparks.
Nippy is like doing like a very little regimental walk, like behind you, just like.
Very good. There's only 3 things in the Navy. There's bourbon, the lash, and the last one we shan't talk about. Yeah, that one. And people say they don't have fun in the Navy, anyway.
Just puts the little captain's hat down.
During Pride, Nippy?
Just like holds the hat.
Oh.
What I thought.
So as you continue through the meandering passageways of the Academy Arcana, it is time to be dropped off with the last of your companions. Ms. Redgill, the lizard folk, who is sort of like meets you sort of at the corner of the gymnasium, which you get the impression that not many wizards are actually using particularly much. Or possibly just for like somewhere to throw fireballs. So this is going to be possibly the hardest one. So we need to get to the Magi Intendant, and there's a thing that I kind of like dusted under the rug a little bit when we were talking about this earlier. So he's a lich. Yes, his name is Clement the Pernickety, and from what we understand, he became a lich because he created such tedious cosmic paperwork around his afterlife that both gods and demons have like just kept putting it off for the last few centuries.
Right.
But there's some good news here.
Okay.
We think that the way he's done that is that his phylactery is therefore a room of a library with all this paperwork in. So if we can get to that, perhaps there's something there.
Oh, okay. So, you just said a lot of words I don't know. What do you want us to get?
Okay, so there's a big dead wizard who's also kind of alive.
Yeah, I know what a lich is. That's how far I got.
Okay.
I don't think I can use that word.
Okay.
You can use it.
Okay. Say so. I'm saying.
So, yeah, basically, liches have this thing called a phylactery, which is where the source of how they stay alive forever by separating it from their body. And Clement, who is the Magi Intendant and said lich, his is a load of tedious paperwork that's stored in a special room somewhere in the library. So we just need to find it and then either threaten it or edit it or do something with it.
How much paperwork are we talking about? Like a stack? Oh.
I mean, we don't know where it is, but I would guess it's probably like a room.
Paperwork in a room.
Like, not the paperwork in the room. A room of paperwork.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then Orphe's suggestion of fire works.
I mean, we would rather you didn't
I
turn down the
have a
whole
way of
library because
finding
that's like
as well.
we need to go there.
Water damage. Looks at Kit. You know water, right?
We're very well acquainted, yes.
Good, great. Then we can do that.
One thing about water is that you can't just make it happen.
Why not?
Well, I don't know any spells.
I mean,
I do.
If you use create
Students do.
water around me, then
Students
you're a cheater.
Oh.
Well, wait, I don't know about water, but what we now have access to, thanks to you, is just she just walks over to one of the dumbwaiters, just like a big jug of pop, and just like this weirdly eldritch coloured like fizzy drink appears in a big flagon.
I want it.
Unmoral.
Kiki takes it and is like, "You have another one of this for later?"
Oh, like we've got like infinite of everything now apparently. So
Amazing. Yeah, that's will work, and it will also get very sticky. Then it makes it worse.
Yeah, it's like
The paperwork will be wet and sticky. It's great.
Gonna get a full matcha tea ceremony.
yes, just that, just like that, and like the little tray and all the little brush thing.
Mhm. This gets me in the mood. I'm matcha'd in.
You're much. I have whatever this fizzy drink is. It's like the word taking a sip. It's pretty good. Very nice.
I think it's Zango.
Dango. Nice.
Contraband. Put that down.
No, I'm taking this. But yeah, I'm first making the paperwork wet and sticky.
Yes. So so we think we'll have to, like, if we split up, perhaps. Well, I mean, split up in a wizard library, not necessarily. If we somehow find it within the wizard library, maybe we can get like the librarian to tell us where it is. If you are persuasive, or
Yeah. I can be very persuasive.
Shall it
Miles.
be,
In a nerving way.
shall it be a situation where if the Magi Intendant is notified of people questing after the phylactery, should I keep them distracted in the meantime? With
that could be good.
Like, yeah. That sounds
Navy rules.
Great. That
Okay.
sounds great.
Okay, well, I could show you where their office is, and then you can begin occupying them while everyone else. And then, if that's the case, like perhaps we can recruit any of the students who had appointments with him while you do that to help us in the search.
Clear them out. Help them out. Everyone hates this intendant.
Oh yeah, yes. Like I think even the teachers hate him.
There is a legal grounds for mutiny, and it sounds like we've arrived there.
There's actual legal grounds for mutiny.
Yes, it's very democratic, actually. Once you've established that most of the crew does not want the current captain to be in charge, then they will take action to summarily replace them. Well, it does not always have to include or involve the death of said captain. They can be relegated to any other rank. A mutiny is within rights.
You see, like, how tall are you, Kit?
I'm 6'7".
Okay, yeah, okay. So you see, like, Kiki is like way shorter, like I think like 5'4" or something. Like comes like really like close to you, like looks up and you're like, how would you like to do a mutiny on the tower person that I mentioned?
Oh, well,
The imps.
I believe I've mentioned my distaste for the land-lubbering politicking.
Yes.
You'll have to spend quite some coin for the ale to get me to be convinced, shall we say.
We'll take you to meet Quincy. That's one. 2, trust me, everyone dislikes this guy.
Yes.
So mutiny is legally warranted.
I have my reasons for disliking the current politiker in charge. Mainly that I don't have a boat anymore because of him.
You know what? Once he's gone, he can get you any boat you want.
Now we are parlaying. You
She's,
get
like,
one.
giggling.
You go to a pub of my choosing. You get one chance to convince me, and then see where the wind
All
stays.
right. I like that. I like a challenge. Cool. But first, like sort of like bows as like the floor is yours because you know you were the one who wanted to do this challenge and everything.
And I march towards the intendant's office.
Okay, so yeah, so the there's a waiting room just outside, which there's like several, like it's just sitting on seats. Looks like most of them were for like minor uniform infractions, from a guess of it.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then you sort of approach this, like it's the door is grey, but there's somehow it's literally grey, but it's also somehow spiritually grey. It's just you feel like through this passageway, just banality is just radiating somehow.
Very proud door, I should say.
Proud?
Well, you're not here.
Oh yeah. I mean, you wanted to like honk. Proud. Just kidding.
Quincy's just like, I sense a great disturbance in the chaos.
Yes.
Do I see any other students around?
So the students have like, once you've sort of like, were you directing them to go and help in the search for the phylactery, or were you just leaving them to sit on there?
I'd like to sit down, sort of like next to the most nervous-looking one, and say, "So, what has been your infraction?" I wasn't doing cursive correctly. Well, that is criminal.
Like I can't get the loops on the C's. They just always like goes a bit wonky.
The loops on the C's. Not on my C's. You go to the library. While you're there, find out what the mutiny means, and then join it. Then report back to me.
Roll. I feel like this is an intimidation check.
Should be. I have, thankfully, a +2 in that. Where's my d20? Oh. That is a 7.
You think that what is happening is they are intimidated, but not in the just like. It's sort of like as you are a person of the sea, it's like you were in a small pond which was a known quantity, and then suddenly a crocodile appeared, and then the crocodile tried to lecture you, and then it's just like, I'm definitely gonna go. I don't know where, but just not here.
Yes, I'm gonna actually leave the pond. I don't want to be. Like, this alligator is not my seed. Yeah. Fully convinced that they're doing the right thing. Kid stands up.
They're just like, yes, I will go research mutinies right now. And they do that sort of thing where they're sort of like walking backwards up to the edge of like a corner and then just run.
Interesting. Anyway, I would like to tap 3 times on this grey door.
You will find that the correct way to knock upon my office door is the classic 3-second spaced tap. 1 tap, 3 seconds, another tap. If I do not answer, you will wait 5 minutes, respond.
I kick down the door.
Amazing. I was half expecting kids to just actually follow, but the protocol.
Oh, this is not my captain.
Just make an athletics check, I think.
Athletics. Ooh, I have a lot in that. That's going to be a 23 from me.
So you just like kick the door right in the center, and it just like slams hard, like as if I'm backhanding my air conditioner. And
like side view of boot just like entering the office.
Yeah. And I think being you, it feels like the door like slams just like directly, it like just stops precisely where you wanted it to stop with a 23. I do not believe you are on my list of appointments for today. Who are you?
Oh, but you see, what is his name again?
His name is Clement.
Clement. I've heard much ado about you. None of it well. Do you know that you're running a about to mutiny ship operation?
I am running a ship precisely in order of the rules that were laid out in the school charter.
Well, it seems like the rules are not being respected enough or not garnering enough respect for the crew to actually listen. And what are rules if no one follows them?
Then perhaps it is the fault of my underlings not carrying out their designated tasks sufficiently.
Yes. I, from my sort of like very brightly magenta coat pocket, I sort of like have a dictionary that's always tabbed on the word mutiny. And then, do you know what this is?
That is, let's have a look. That appears to be Ruddy Gore's 17th edition dictionary as published in the Kingdom of Thrax, circa, I want to say 3 years ago.
Yes, very good, very astute. That was my last sort of like mission there. And I learned a lot about the meaning of the word as underlined here, including its correct application. Now, how this is going to work is either we have a tete-a-tete, a row about it, to see whether you can distance yourself from the captaining unit of the school, or there's going to be about 350 angry students willing to settle a debt with you. How are we going to do this, old man?
Have those students filled out Form 38P to express their desire to mutiny?
There's like a Well, I'll have you know that mutinies can be applied post ipso facto, and that shall be facilitated by me personally once the correct procedures are in place.
But if it's carried out by you, who is not a member of this staff or students of this body, that sounds like this is more of an insurrection situation.
Oh, no, actually, I'm not the one in charge. I'm here under the purview of 1G. Folk. I am only acting as a liaison, and the authority to apply such immunities is definitely coming from within the ship. Now,
And you see, like, he's like, well, I see this is going to be a conflict. And then he sort of like does like the sort of like anime, like, sort of like, and just like a sort of aura of like forms appears around him, and just like swirling in like, so, and then we are just going to just like, and then he just like throws the first one at you, which is a form to like be countersigned to ensure that you are the valid representation of Ms. Redgill. At this point, we're going to switch to the search team as this battle of admin rages. So you arrive in the library, and you see, this is again typical of wizards who do enjoy a good like eldritch library. You're fairly sure that this library, once you've entered it, is like a Mobius strip that's sort of like twisting round and connecting with itself in reverse. You can see like a coil of books above your head that somehow like loops round in the distance. And this definitely didn't fit in the door that led to it, but wizards. And you see sort of sitting at the front desk is a rather elderly bald man who has a sort of slightly olive skin tone and sort of a flamboyant waxed moustache.
Hello.
Welcome to the library of the Academy Arcana. How may I help you today?
Do you know where there's a thing called looks at Orphe because Kiki didn't know that word, heard it twice, doesn't know what it is. The philosophy?
We are looking for with papers, specifically paperwork.
Oh, so what you're saying is you want to go to the forbidden stacks.
Yes.
Yes, please.
I will warn you now that there are things in there so tedious that those who have looked upon them have given up the will to live. Just
Oh, well, I mean, I have glitter.
We've seen our fair share.
Yeah, I can make it. It's fine. I can. Yeah, I can add it to it. It will be less tedious. But yeah, we've seen a lot of tedious stuff. Like a lot.
It would be
And successfully defenestrated it.
Allegedly.
I see.
Allegedly.
Just as long as you have heeded my warning, or it is very boring.
Your warning has been heeded. Now, may we please see the paperwork?
Yeah, and so with this place being a Mobius strip, there is sort of a certain elaborateness to getting to there. Like, you are sort of weaving again, like doing sort of like turnbacks that make no sense, and twisting around, and then you find yourself on the outside of the strip at one point, and then like you look up, and there's just like an endless sea of books like spreading off into infinity, and then you sort of twist back round, and then there is just another set of like rooms, just in a corridor that materializes out of nowhere. You thought you were just walking down past the section on engineering of magical systems, which somehow has 500 shelves worth of literature on it, and then suddenly you are in yes, we put that there because no one would look at that either, and then hopefully it would skim off people wandering here by accident. And then this hall of grey shelving and doorways. If you are here for why I think you are here, it is the last door.
Why, thank you. You've been so helpful.
Keep saying that once you enter.
And fine. Thank you either way. What's your name?
My name is Diego Vasquez.
Diego. Thank you. Yeah, you will just look at Orphe, shrug, and then go down the door.
Okay. As you even begin to reach out to open the door, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Dirty 20, which is great because my wisdom was not that great. Yes, 30-20.
Okay. So,
8.
you just
I
like,
got a 9. Oops.
even as you reach to the door, you can feel your whole body like slowing. It's basically like you're being hit with a wave of like negative executive function. You're just like, ugh. But you're just like, no, must wreck shit. And then just like,
Yeah.
powerful.
If I notice that Orphe's doing like badly, I will just like once again establish a connection, and then Orphe starts hearing clown music as a like to make it less tedious. Again, so you're just hearing clown music in your head, like, and then like it's like
Wonderful.
rotating between like clown music and other like really like jovial festival like things. Like you have like your own radio station going, and I think after a moment you hear like a bit and piece of like Kiki's thoughts, and you're realizing this is just their thoughts. They're just projecting their actual thoughts to you. They're not even trying to like play music. This is just what's happening in their head.
Wonderful.
You
Got some time to myself.
Yes.
It's like, I feel like this is like one of those like Simpsons like Homer's thoughts, and it's just like a sea lion playing with a ball or something.
That's it, yeah. But yeah, I opened the door.
And then so you immediately see filing cabinets, just like endless filing cabinets, and you realize that this seems to sort of distort reality, and just like the further you look in, the less you want to. But with that big dirty 20, you're just like, no, I will.
Interesting. I pull out a jar of glitter.
Yes.
You feel like the aura of the room, like
Yeah, what I do is I take out the boomerang, I take out the glitter, I put a lot of glitter on the boomerang, and I toss the boomerang so all the glitter goes everywhere.
what on earth role would that be?
Roll for glitter.
Roll for gay.
Roll for gay. I could just roll a boomerang and then see how it goes.
Yeah, let's go with, and let's say add your charisma to it.
Okay, I have my charisma. That's good because I would be math 15 then.
15. So I don't think it's like these are like very like regulation, like stainless steel, beige painted filing cabinets. So the documents inside are mostly protected, but there is just like glitter, and it does get everywhere, and like it does begin to like infiltrate some of the nearer cabinets. Back in combat with Kit of admin, you see like Clement just sort of stumbles for a second and just, what is happening? And he's just like, he just looks down and just like one of his fingernails has been like painted with like gold nail polish. What is this?
All that glitters is not gold.
You did this to me somehow, and there were no forms filled in for a nail polish. And
the only form you'll be witnessing is my perfect mastery of Wing Chun. And I proceed to beat him up.
Okay, let's just roll for attack, and I'll say it's an advantage because he's put out of it by suddenly acquiring that's in a small amount.
That's in a 20.
Okay. So what does it look like? There's this like ancient withered guy wearing like the most like, you know, those kind of like 80s school teachers glasses, like the horn-rimmed ones that, like baddies always wear. So what does this look like, this attack?
You know how in high school movies it's always like you're supposed to sympathize with the nerd getting beaten up by like the jock character,
yeah.
And there's always a sense of like, well, clearly there's a physical discrepancy here.
Yeah.
I think what happens next is kind of sad for the dean because he's a wizard, clearly has, you know, lich powers, but also probably not physically in the best condition. So there's just, I think he gets his ass whooped. Like it.
I think, yeah. I think it's sort of like, I'm trying to sort of like contextualize what does someone as like, as air quotes moral as yourself, what does a beatdown look like? Like, are you like shoving him in his own filing cabinet or something? Or are you like just beating him up like very regulation fisticuffs?
Oh, it is extremely perfect. It's almost like it's basically like someone who's taught themselves how to dance using like a YouTube video of just like, and I have to do this in this order, and that's just like you sort of like see Kid mumbling and like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and just camera turns around.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like I see you two are powerful in autism. And just like.
Amazing.
I think this, yeah, and you just sort of, he's like reeling backwards and just like, this isn't over yet. And we switch back to the filing cabinet room. So, what is your strategy here?
I think Orphe is going to be opening up as many like cabinets as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
like
yeah,
maybe
then,
like start kicking them from the opposite side so they all open on the other side.
Nice.
I think, yeah, the more you open, there's just like, you just see like, you know, when you sort of heard the structure of diamond is like these like perfectly interlaced carbon atoms designed to be structurally impenetrable. And this is like the admin equivalent of that. Like each document refers to precisely the most inconvenient other document in such a perfect lattice. And you're disrupting the flow of this strength that's holding this whole thing together. Glitter is getting in everywhere.
Can I add? Okay, so I can cast Chaos Bolt, and normally I have to roll for a damage type because it's not actual combat. I would say maybe Kiki is able to focus more. Could I like do a Chaos Bolt that specifically does psychic damage? But the flavor to this is that like it's just warbling bolts of like shiny things, and when it hits, it's just somehow clown music again. Or like honking or whatever.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like just like he gets like after Glitter like going around like casting like these chaos bolts, like really brightly colors, like just going at the fighting cabinets. Every time they hit one, it's just a random burst of like some kind of clown music or festive music, and then like it's psychic damage. But I like to think that the Lich also like hears it, so they're like, what's this?
Like back in the fight, Kit is noticing that for some reason the Lich is now like he's telegraphing his moves to the theme of clown music for some reason. It's
I've defeated clowns in personal and naval combat before. You're not. Have you ever fought a clown boat? Terrifying things. But you're no match for me. Nippy, kill.
That's wild.
Yes.
Nippy and kill.
just Nippy just like full on like barrels at his head, just like sends him like flying over backwards. And it's like Nippy is ultimately a turnip and therefore has the like physical density of a turnip, but what is happening is just like turnip juice is getting squeezed into his eyes. Just like, what is this?
Is it also like Nippy is kind of bouncing off of? Because then I can just guess like I start like basketball dribbling on top of the bean's head. One hand behind the back, like Frieza.
And you notice that like as the more and more of the glitter gets in, like each of his nails is now like suddenly like done up fabulously, and there's even like rainbow like shimmer in his hair. It's just like I'm feeling less pent up. Ow, 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 ow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and with this strike, I shall open up the last chakra that's been closed and repressing your inner soul. Say goodbye to your previous personality. And I want to like, punch him like, so well that he stops repressing whatever's inside.
Yeah, they're just like, I have so many feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it's like telling you about all his afterlife trauma, I guess, and his life trauma. It's like, oh, my parents, they never hugged me. And then I had to give myself value systems because based on the rules they set me to make, I think I was worth anything. And then there had to be other rules to make sure those rules were...
It dissociates.
Yeah. It's just like this like that thing where like the baddie dies and just like rainbow beams are like firing out of all their like eyes and mouth and everything.
Yeah. So like when he's done, I sort of like dust him off and go like, well, maybe now it's time to see if rules can be revised to be a bit more. I lean in, mirthful, and I turn heel and walk back out.
You just hear the sound of like a quill being picked up, and it's like, yes, I think that is moral.
Like a wind-swept, like a sea-sweeping wind, sort of like, despite being indoors, sweeps Kid in the face, just like, yes. Well, another one for the Navy. Yeah. And as this, like, you realize that Gex had been just like peeking around the door at this, and just like, what the fuck was that all about? Mm-hmm. Yes, interested in a mariner's life.
I would need to assess my career prospects before I can make a commitment like that.
Well, as long as you're willing to do a lot of rule following and devote yourself to a single martial art, that is basically what the Navy is.
I mean, I am a wizard, so like, is there such a thing?
No wizards in the Navy. Go work out, boot boy. And I walk off.
Just like it's just very confused looking lizard.
Wizards. A wizard lizard? That's ridiculous. I'm being pranked.
I think the thing that we all need to remember on this special edition, Pride edition of Break the Binary, is that Pride was a riot. And that is what you have all brought to the Academy Arcana. There are students just like rushing through the corridors. There's just like, for some reason, like endless streams of like weird food requests being like funneled through like each of the dumbwaiters, and there's just like some of the senior wizards just sitting there like sadly like munching on their grey pasty bar. It's like fuck. There's like kids like firing off like rainbow sparklers into the sky. There's just huge murals being like conjured by the conjuring students. There's a line of salsa dancing skeletons from one of the necromancy seniors, just with little shimmery tassels on them. And things are getting smashed. Certain teachers' offices are less than usable at this point. One particularly horrible one does get defenestrated, as is tradition. And you sort of march through the halls of the Academy Arcana. And what are your sort of parting thoughts and wishes as this chaos erupts around you, in bringing colour to a place that has been drab and soul-breaking for centuries?
I think Kiki just like is very pleased and happy. I think as people think that she's just there for like the shits and giggles of the chaos, this is exactly like what they like. They like they see well, it's that typical thing, right? Of if you are chaotic, you are unpredictable and therefore ungovernable. And that's kind of like how they see it, as they try and like encourage people to be a bit chaotic, because then they're unpredictable, which makes it harder for people who abuse their power to suppress them. So seeing kind of like comparing what it was like when they arrived to how they're leaving it, they just feel very accomplished and proud, and hope that these students keep it up.
Perfect. And Agent P?
I think Orphe is just checking in on all the kids, making sure like, okay, they're having fun, they're not going too wild, but also handing out business cards for the bar.
You, as you're sort of like passing down the things, like you pass some like of the senior transmutation students, and they're just like, okay, for anyone who wants it, we're going to do lectures on how to trans your gender down the hall, right?
Amazing.
And of course, Kit, what do you make of this decided lack of order, but also mirth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sort of like have Key and Orthy, like I think in a break room somewhere, and like standing, broad-backed, wandering off. It's like, well, this is surely been more than a simple smuggling operation for me. And I have only had to breach my morals once. But I will confess, you were not there to see it, but I basically punched the dean into a position where all of this could flounder and flourish. I liked it. And I will confess this much. I'll say more, no less. But if associating with you shall lead my morals to engage in these kinds of situations, then I believe you have a mariner on your hands. Someone to at least keep you in line.
Yeah, that's great. I think that'd be perfect.
That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And, okay.
Put the hat back on.
The first mate was invaluable in our duel. I'll have you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But yeah,
I do not doubt that.
we'd be happy to have you. And I think you said something about a bar of your choosing.
Indeed, I'm still to be persuaded.
Okay. Yeah. Name a time.
Well, let us pursue you.
I sort of like take off the outer layer of my dress uniform. As soon as possible, I tell you what.
Okay. You see, Kiki just like excited and just gives you a kind of like a smirk, kind of like, cool. All right, let's go. We also still have our imp army, navy mariners.
Yes,
Yes, the imp navy.
I've sent them on their first raiding party off the shore. They'll be back within the month.
Ooh. Okay.
Wonderful.
Cut to some imps wearing like they have constructed a small boat out of like the most like starched teacher's jacket you've ever seen, and they're just like sailing it up the shore.
Amazing. There's gonna be like a final combat where we just go like, for my first action,
Yes.
I call in the imps.
Whenever we're near a body of water, we can summon the imps.
We can summon the imps. Yes.
That seems right.
Summon the imp.
Yeah. Perfect.
And as you sort of like descend through this riot of color and chaos and happiness, there's like mirth, at least a little mirth, just a hint of mirth. For the first time in these cold doors, you see perhaps the future can be just a little better than it was going to be this morning. And I think that as you head off to find the mysterious bar of Kit's Choice is where we shall call this to a conclusion for today.
Yay.
I have been Alex, your DM, and you can find me online at Alex J. Holt at various things. And again, I would also like to reiterate my thanks to Kieran, who has been amazing. And
Yes.
so, my players, where can you be found online? If you want to be found online, that is.
Yeah. Hi, I am Anna or Riley, whichever you prefer. I use the it pronouns, and I'm definitely human. You can find me anywhere at Peculiar Planets. I'm on pretty much every social media. I do comic writing, I do tabletop writing, I do sensitivity reading, and all of that you can find on my website, peculiarplanets.com. As for other things, I am on a Pathfinder 2nd edition actual play podcast called Twilight's Edge over at Tumble Through. Episodes drop every Tuesday. You can find that on all your favorite podcast platforms. And yeah, this has been great. This has been wonderful.
I've been Ruben, they then pronouns, playing as Kit Odelay. That was a really an honor, delight, and a very fun time. You can find me on Blue Sky at Urban Friend Den, double D. You can find some short stories I've written and urbanfriendden.blogspot.com, just like fun kind of fiction, some erotica, some sci-fi, and have fun with that. In about 2 months, so somewhere in August, I will have DM'd a pre-recorded campaign in Heart, and I believe that's the release schedule. So if you're interested, Euphoria Heart Campaign. If we're allowed to shout out other channels here, too late now. Yeah,
absolutely. I also did. So yes, absolutely.
Sure. Keep an eye on that. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. I have been, am, and always will be Agent P, they, them pronouns. You can find me on Instagram at the.agent.p or on Blue Sky at theagentp.bluesky.social. You can also find me here again on Pantsless Tables, alternate Fridays, or rather whenever scheduling, works out, playing Teef on our wonderful Dark Waters campaign, where you will also see Anna play
Devana, yes.
Our wonderful captain.
Yes, our captain, yes.
Our captain.
Captain, my captain.
Well...
that's it. That's all that's happened for me right now.
Well, thank you very much to all of you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. And 3 of us, at least, are now going to go melt. So, bye.
Yes, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.